Okay guys, so you have a craving for some Scottish oat cakes. Now, I live in Thailand, as most of you are aware, and it's one thing you cannot get here, especially in the area where I live, Isan. So, we're going to make some today. So if you're an expat living anywhere in the world, or if you're here in Thailand and you fancy some oat cakes and some cheese and some onion chutney, then this one's for you guys. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 55 grams of all-purpose or plain flour, 115 grams of oats. Preferably you want to get like the smaller oats, but here in Thailand I can only get rolled oats or porridge oats. So there's 115 grams. That goes in beside the flour. We have 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So you put these in the bowl, give this a bit of a mix in. Now this mixture is supposed to make about 8, but that's with fine oats. I'm thinking that maybe with these rougher oats we might only get 6 at a push. But we will experiment and see, and if I only get 6 I'll just double the recipe next time. Okay guys, so that's the dry ingredients mixed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the olive oil. Now you can add melted butter if you wish. I'm trying to make these a little bit healthier. So there's 45 grams of olive oil. So we're going to add that. And we have 15 ml of, here in Thailand it's room temperature water, but it should be tepid. So you're going to add that 15 ml of water. And then you're going to form this into what will become a very, very dry dough mixture. Okay, so when your mixture's kind of like this, you want to then form it into a ball. Okay, so you're going to lightly dust the area that you want to roll these on. And you're going to scrape this mixture out onto your flour, get everything out of the bowl there. And there's no kneading involved in this. All you want to do is bring this into a ball. Now it is very dry and it is going to break up, or it's going to want to break up. That's not a problem. Okay, now you can roll this, or you can just press it with your hands. Now I'm going to roll it. So I'm going to attempt to roll this out, but you'll see as I roll it what it wants to do. And it wants to break up. And it wants to stick to my rolling pin. So keep dusting that pin. Now you want to roll this mixture out until it's maybe about 5 ml thick. Now some people like thin oat cakes, some people like thick oat cakes. I'm just doing these to what I think this dough is going to withstand. And I think that is about my limit. So this does work better with fine oats, by the way. This is why I'm having a problem here. So another thing I don't have here in Thailand at the minute is a cookie cutter or a scone cutter. But what I do have are English breakfast crumpet rings. So I am going to attempt to cut these. Now with these oats being the way they are, this might not cut them very well. And if it does, they could come out with very, very jagged, problematic edges. Okay, so it is not cutting through that. Okay guys, I managed to cut these out. I wasn't taking you through the painful process with that stupid cutter I had. Basically it wouldn't cut through the oats. Next time what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put these oats in my magic bullet or blender and give them a whiz up just for a few seconds, just to see if I can make them a little bit finer. And I will do another video with oats that have been done like that, if the oats work. If not, I'm just going to have to bear with it and keep making them like this. So basically they've just been put on to a little bit of baking paper, greaseproof paper on a baking tray, and they're going to go into an oven, gas mark 5, 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. You don't want any colour in these, they just want to be coming out looking like they are, but cooked. So I will bring you back shortly, guys, when these are done. Incidentally, this mixture is supposed to make 10 oat cakes. Now if you're using fine oats, you probably will get 10, and if you're using a smaller cutter, you'll get 10. My cutter is a lot bigger than the one that's sort of recommended for these, but we're going to live with this and see how they go. I don't really care about the size, I don't care what they look like, I'm just absolutely desperate for an oat cake and some cheese. Okay guys, back in a minute. Okay guys, that same had 20 minutes in the oven, and I have overcooked these. They're still going to taste good. I've tasted some of the crumbs that fell off and they're perfect. However, this is not the fault of the recipe. It's the fault of my oven. I don't have a full-size oven here in Thailand. I have a little Mex worktop oven, and it gets very, very hot, and I have the same problem when I'm trying to cook a loaf or bake a loaf of bread. Because when you put something in it, it's so close to the elements at the top and the bottom, the heat is so fierce. So the next time I make these, I'm going to cut the cooking period down to maybe between 12 and 15 minutes, and I'll keep an eye on them. I will bring you back and let you see what these look like with a little bit butter, a little bit Australian Bega cheese, and some of my homemade onion chutney. Okay guys, so they've been cooling for about 20 minutes, and the verdict, I'm not going to lie, if they're terrible, I'll tell you they're terrible. But this is one with a little bit of butter, a little bit of Australian cheese, and some of my homemade onion chutney. So here we go. You're going to get an honest opinion as well from my girlfriend, so let's see what they're like. Wow. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic. I'll let my girlfriend taste it. I don't know if she wants to come in front of the camera and do it, but you'll get an honest opinion from her. But I think they're absolutely delicious. They're a little bit overcooked. I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the temperature of the oven from 180 to about 160 and cook them for maybe 15 minutes. Like I say, the oven we've got is produces a fierce heat because it's so small. Thank you so much for watching. You want to try this?
Hey. That's sweet.
Good?
Ngon rồi.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Not hot.
Oh. Very good. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one once I've made these oats fine. I'm hoping my food processor or blender will be able to turn these oats a little bit finer, which will definitely make for a better oat cake. I like my oat cakes rough. I like rough cut oat cakes. I like my Nairn Scottish oat cakes, rough ones. These are absolutely spot on. The flavours there. You might say, why are you using olive oil? Well, when I buy oat cakes in Scotland, I always buy the ones that are made with olive oil. I'm trying to reduce the butter a little bit. There's a lot of butter on them, so I don't want butter in them. But yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.